another day. Knowing haters would rather see it another way. I'm so up, I can't even hear what a hater say. I'm the hit movie type, they just another play. Yeah, maintain and be my only focus. So I'm bothered by these haters, I ain't even noticed. Not worried about them now, ain't no way to sugarcoat it. Knowing that they hate it, so when I learned it, I don't stress, I'm unbothered. If you ain't dream chasing, that's your problem. I don't stress, I'm unbothered. If you ain't dream chasing, that's your problem. Yeah, I don't stress, I'm unbothered. If you ain't dream chasing, that's your problem. Yeah, I don't stress, I'm unbothered. If you ain't dream chasing, that's your problem.
Yo, I've just felt like I needed to start the show like that, y'all. Listen, welcome to another episode of Elevation Talks. This is the podcast for dream chasers who refuse to play it small. You hear me? I'm your host, Naye Liggins, aka the Gem Dropper. You hear me? If you don't know, I'm about to let you know. You feel me? I'm an execution strategist. I'm the author of Finding Your Exit Door. You hear me? And I am the plug when it comes to turning big dreams into reality. You hear me? We don't just talk about dreams here, we execute them. Now, listen, I know what it feels like to sit at your desk and you start wondering, was chasing a dream a mistake? Like, I have literally been there. And today, the internet is buzzing about entrepreneurs going back to 9 to 5s. Some calling it quits, others calling it wisdom. But for me, I call it alignment. Hey, yo, listen. This is the space about faith, execution, and equipping you with real gems you can use right now to build a life that matches the vision God gave you. You hear me? Before we do anything else, hey y'all, make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. And we want to just say thank you to everybody that's tuning in around the world, man. We was looking at just reflecting and reviewing and checking out some of the numbers. And y'all listen, we got people tuning in from the UK, India, uh, Africa, where else? Of course the United States. Like, I just really want to say thank y'all for real. Like, I started this podcast like toward the end of 2023, but really started just going full throttle, just in and out, over the last year. And it's just something about the mic, man. Every time I get on the mic, I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call me the gem dropper, because every time I speak, you already know I'm about to drop them gems. You feel me? But nah, man, I do, like, for real. I really do appreciate everybody just tuning in, sharing it, getting fed from it, applying it to your world, and yeah, man, we just want to keep running it up. So we just want to say thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? We want to say thank y'all. Hey, yo, listen. But listen. If you've been on IG or TikTok, I know you've been seeing the conversation about entrepreneurs admitting their businesses aren't doing well and they're stepping back into the workforce. Now, some folks dragging them and some celebrating. But the bigger question is, what does alignment look like in your journey? I want to challenge y'all right now to be real with yourself. You hear me? If you had to restart today, are you equipped with the skills or just stories? What you got? You hear me? Now listen, I was listening to a clip the other day, and I just felt like it was really really good timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all heard that clip from Denzel when he was talking about don't confuse movement with progress. You can what do you say? You can run in place and not be going nowhere. And it was like I just sat there for a minute and I just let that marinate in my spirit. And I was just like, yo, nah, for real. It's so many entrepreneurs that, you know, it's like people started. It's like they hit the ground running and they think they've been running, but they really just been running in place. You know what I'm saying? You saw some bread come in. It's like, oh, this is a great idea. Boom, let's keep going. But it's like at some point you do have to pause and reflect. You know what I'm saying? I actually had finished reading Atomic Habits last night. Hold up, let me clap it up for myself because y'all don't even know. Yes, look, thank you. Y'all don't even know. First of all, I am not like a book reader. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a movie person, right? I watch a podcast, I watch a movie, but like actually sitting down, making dedicated time to read a book, it's a hit or miss for me, right? But over the last few weeks, I've literally been setting a timer every day for 45 minutes, and I've been reading two books, and one of them is Atomic Habits. And at the end of the book, they basically just talk about how, you can pretty much get 1% better and you can go through the whole process of building the habit and making it attractive and all of that. But if you don't ever pause and have a reflection and review moment, how do you actually know if you're getting better, what's working, what do you need to kind of refine, whatever? And so a lot of times I feel like as an entrepreneur, we so on the grind, on the grind, on the grind. We got to keep going. We got to keep running it up. And it's like, yes, we got to run it up, right? But this is how you start getting burnt out because you actually don't take time to pause and rest. And this is actually something that I have dealt with for a very, very long time. Like, I really didn't understand the purpose of like understanding the Sabbath, where it's like, yo, on the Sabbath, we not doing nothing. Like, we not working at least. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like, yo, you need to use that moment to pause and reflect on what you've already done thus far. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you don't, it's so easy for you to like feel like you haven't made any progress because you're not actually going back and looking at the work that you've done. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like we so used to just, no days off. And it's like I actually used to say that when I first started my entrepreneur journey 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, listen, I don't say that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you do need days off. You do need time to sit and refine your process. Because if you don't, you going nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I literally had the privilege of listening to David Shands. He went live the other day on Instagram, and it was, y'all, this was the other day when I had just did my podcast episode, and I was like, Lord, I need to hear from you. And literally, I felt like because I was having such a vulnerable moment, God responded. Like, I just so happened to get on Instagram, right? And I saw that David was live, and I was like, let me see what David talking about. And he was literally talking about paid versus free. And I actually had sent him, I was doing the execution hour, right? So I had sent him the information on it, you know what I'm saying? So he could share it with his people. And so literally, I just felt like I did the execution hour for 2 whole days publicly. And I knew it was something that I needed to do because I had felt like that's what God had put on me to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, I don't really want to be viewed as a coach or be trying to build like a online community and do a mastermind. And it like I understand that that's what everybody is doing, but I'm not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an execution strategist. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a showrunner. Like I drop gems. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I know it just sounds ideal because everybody else is doing it, but that's not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And so David was literally just talking about how, he built up his online community like, a few years ago. And it's just like, this ain't it no more. You know what I'm saying? And so Smitty the Goat was on there. Um, Even Rashad and Troy from Earn Your Leisure had tapped in on the conversation. And Rashad was saying something really, really good, which was like, yo, Rashad used to work at a firm and stuff, and he just talked about how like people just be bogging themselves down with busy work. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, if you're doing something that you can pay somebody to do, then you're already like behind the curve. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be using your dedicated time to do only things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? And so I really understand that because as an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, we learn that, we gotta wear so many hats. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? Starting out, you gotta wear so many hats, but at some point in your process, you gotta start delegating. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta start hiring people, whether it be freelancers or you know what I'm saying, you bring somebody on your team, write your SOPs. Like you literally gotta start creating your business like a real functioning business. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the exit plan here? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I felt like the conversation was really good because I don't think a lot of people are actually thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? I just think, like I said, a lot of us are just trying to execute, 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 and we don't have a plan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the first person to tell you to just start. You know what I'm saying? All you have is all you need. And it's true. But the other side of that is at some point you do have to refine the process. You feel me? Because if you don't, you just you just running in place. But I'm gonna let Uncle Denzel tell you himself. Like just
I'll say it again. Don't confuse movement with progress because you can run in place and not get anything done.
I don't know about y'all, but I know what it feels like to run in place. Do you hear me? Like I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm so grateful for the journey that I have been on, and God has truly, He's ordered my steps, but at the same time, when I got out of alignment, He redirected my steps. And it's like I can always tell when I'm not in alignment because the jobs that I would just randomly go and get that didn't align with where I was going, I was literally only there for a week, 3 days minimum. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally been my when I worked at Waffle House as a manager. I was literally there for 3 days, and it was a lady named Pam. Shout out to Pam, but she was like, Ebony, can I talk to you for a minute? And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? Pam was like, listen, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, but this ain't for you. It was like I looked at her and I was just like, thank you, Pam, for saying that. She was reaffirming what I had already known. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all have not had the pleasure of being around me for real, like, it's God is on me. You feel what I'm saying? As my girls say, I got that oil on me. And it's just like, so many people get to like experience like the light that's around me. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like you can tell very quickly where I'm supposed to be and where I'm not supposed to be. And I thank you, Pam, specifically for having the courage, you feel me, to be able to come and tell me, hey, listen, because come on, y'all, let me tell y'all something. There are people around you right now that are scared to correct you. You feel me? There are people in your circle right now that won't even tell you, hey, I think you should, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And it's like I think it's important to be able to have people around you. Now you can't listen to everybody, right? But there are some things that God has whispered to you. And sometimes you be needing a little reassurance. And he'll send you the people. You just gotta listen. All right. Yeah, it's raining outside the studio. It's raining outside the studio. And I thought I had just saw a bird. I don't know if y'all know. I'm the birds be chirping. I be seeing red birds, and so it's just look. It be God's way of talking to me. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you could be busy and still be stuck in the same place, y'all. And busy is an activity. Progress is fruit. Do you hear what I'm saying? And progress. Let me say this: progress is not always financial. And I wanted to say that real quick because I know what it's like to focus strictly on, did I get paid? Did I get paid? Did I get paid? And make no mistake about it, you need the bread, but fruit comes in different forms. I'm gonna drop that in there. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, share a moment when you look busy, but you weren't producing any results. I think for me, I could tell y'all it was like I was working with no limit, right? And this was my first gig out the gate. I'm talking about 18 years old. And it was like we was doing so much moving around the city, and it was just like, yo, I just feel like we busy, like we shooting all of these visuals, and we just kind of like running around, but like, what's the goal? What's the plan? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I don't know if y'all have been around, like, you know, the early stage of an artist when they're kind of like being broken into the industry. But sometimes it can be just literally a lot of busy work. And, the plan ain't really a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas just be doing shit. You feel me? But it's just like, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to kind of start building good relationships with different people. But you know what I'm saying? Even that was kind of like, because I don't really know that I want to be associated with you. You feel me? Like, I think you cool. I think you good people. I just don't know that you're my people. You know what I mean? And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. But if you can't think of nothing, I want you to just ask yourself sometime this week, am I moving in panic or am I moving in purpose? All right. Listen, here's the truth. When you keep moving with intention, God aligns your steps. But here's the thing, you have to be moving. He'll bring the right people, the right resources, and the right doors. I'm telling y'all, and let me tell y'all about what my journey has been thus far. Story time with Naye. Y'all already know how it go. Look, go ahead, get ready. Look, little drum roll. hmm So listen, my journey has not been a road that's been easy, right? I started my production company when I was 18 years old. And I was going around, I was putting myself out there. This is back when Facebook was a thing, y'all. Like, I was trying to connect with so many different people through like Facebook, and Instagram was around, but it wasn't how Instagram is today. You know what I'm saying? But literally in Atlanta, as a videographer, it was just, I didn't have like a camera, like I didn't have too much of anything, to be honest. I just always knew that I was going to be somebody important. And that's just how I've always looked at myself, right? So by the time I turned 18, now keep in mind, I've already been on my journey thus far. Like, before I stepped into video production, I was doing music. So I had already been around a lot of different like industry executives and different artists and producers and stuff like that. And so I was kind of playing two roles. Like, people knew I did production, but I was still like kind of shy as an artist. So I just leaned more to the production side until I, started finding my voice essentially. But I remember, man, like when I went to American Intercontinental, they used to allow us to check out equipment, right? And sometimes I would check out equipment and I didn't have any shoots lined up. But I wanted to make sure that I position myself to really, like, okay, I might not have nothing going on, but I'm still finna get out here and, you know what I'm saying, see what I can make shape. And so literally I remember, that's how I ended up working with Kevin Shine with Writing Sessions of America. Like, we would be going. This was back when he was doing like writing camps and stuff like that with like upcoming songwriters and producers, and they would get the opportunity to like write for major artists and stuff like that. And so I was literally like in the studio. I was meeting Black Elvis. I was meeting Cap. I met Guitar Boy. Like, I met so many different people, right? And literally, God started just lining it up. But he didn't line it up because I was just sitting there just like, well, I ain't gonna do this because I don't have dot dot dot. Nah. I was still executing then. And let me tell y'all something. I've always been the person to edit my own work, right? Because at the time I couldn't hire an editor. Y'all, I remember editing off my Toshiba laptop. First of all, Toshiba wasn't even editing videos. Man, the way that doggone laptop used to lag, boy, my video work used to be trash. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I couldn't even play back the video while I was editing. So it was really a guessing game. I don't know what the doggone footage looked like. I don't know what the final product gonna be. But what it did was it started teaching me like how to shoot to edit. You feel what I'm saying? So that way it can kind of cut down my editing time because it's like I'm a storyteller at heart. So when I'm shooting with precision. Like at first I was just all over the place, just filming, filming, filming. But it was like as I started getting better, I understood like just because I'm in the studio for 3 hours, that don't mean I need to be filming for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like start shooting the clips that matter. And you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're shooting it in a sequence. So when you go back to edit, to kind of save you a little bit of the headache, you still gonna have a headache. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of tune up your process just a little bit, like that helped. And I do feel like as God saw me, you know what I'm saying, like doing the work, he started making more resources available. You know what I'm saying? He started making the right opportunities happen and you know, networking with the right people and relationships and the whole thing. And so it's just like, yo, I was actually having this conversation last night and it had dawned on me that I haven't even bought a lot of video production equipment, and that's crazy. And I've been doing production for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, I'm telling you, like, when I tell you that God will literally provide the right resources at the right time, but the thing is, you have to be actually like moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? Not just moving, but forward. You hear me? Like, I kid you not. I remember, and I still got that Toshiba laptop to this day. It's at the top of my closet, right? But I remember when I was working at a company, and literally one of the IT guys came to me, and he was just like, "Yo, I got a laptop for you. Like, I got a personal laptop for you, and it's a Mac." And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we getting rid of these, and I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you straight. Like, so here." And I was like, okay, so wait a minute, what you saying? And it's like, yeah, no, like it's you know what I'm saying, like I know you need a laptop, like this ain't it's not a new laptop, and we just finna get rid of it, like we just finna throw it away. But it was just like I know that you can still use it for whatever it is that you're doing personally, and it was just like, bro, I appreciate you taking the time out to even be thinking about me. You feel what I'm saying? And so, and that's why I say, good relationships. You know what I'm saying? It matters how you treat people, right? But it was like that was my first Mac laptop. And even previously to that, like God had just been like literally giving, 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 giving. And so even down, like even to this day, bruh, the microphone that I'm talking on right now, this was a freaking Christmas gift a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, again, when I first started my podcast, like I was literally on my cell phone, like sitting in my living room using some doggone ring lights. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like I kind of got discouraged because it was like, dang, I don't have like a full blown setup. And it's like you don't need a full blown setup. You just need to start. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did. And so, you know what I'm saying? I just kept going. You know what I mean? And so alignment, it's not about moving fast. You know what I'm saying? It's about moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? And so one thing that I say, like, if you want to kind of just figure out where you at on your journey, yo, journal one area in your life that feels forced right now and ask God if it's an alignment or a distraction. And the thing is, when he tell you what it is, it's like once he tell you something, you can't unhear it. So the better question is, are you going to actually be prepared to let it go, or, you know what I'm saying, make whatever decisions you need to kind of make? Because you can ask God for the answers all day, and if he start giving them to you, what are you prepared to do? You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I know y'all been hearing about that Tabitha Brown clip that's been going viral on social media. And so somebody hit me last night and was like, yo, you need to make a video to this. Here's the video that I did today. Check it out. Hold up.
You kind of been in this place for a long time. You got good ideas. Your execution is not as good. Your follow through, not as good. The ideas though are great.
Hey, yo, hold up. Before you jump back into that 9 to 5 world, let's rethink this. It's not always about you giving up on your dreams. I'm Naye Liggins, aka the Gem Dropper. I'm an execution strategist and showrunner. I help people like you turn big ideas into real bankable blueprints. So if you're thinking about that day job, that's cool. Just don't get stuck there. Use it as a stepping stone. And if you really want to execute that big idea without getting burnt out, DM me the word blueprint and let's get it done. Hey, shameless plug, shameless plug, shameless plug. But it was like, I saw so many people, like, you know what I'm saying, just trying to come from a negative space about the video. And I'm just like, honestly, I just feel like what she was saying was, some of y'all have been robbing Paul to pay Peter. You know what I'm saying? And it's because, like, your execution is not great. Your follow through game is not good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is probably time to go get a job. You know what I mean? And so instead of like just harping on that negative train, I just saw an opportunity to put myself in there. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, like I had told y'all, I'm an execution strategist. You feel what I'm saying? And I literally help people turn big ideas into reality. Like, that's what I do. And so some people don't understand that everybody is not an executor. You feel what I'm saying? And it's and that's the part where we have to keep constantly saying, yo, you have to be honest with yourself. When I was just telling y'all about my editing game, I hate editing videos. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of them things that I knew that I had to kind of learn how to do, because at the time I couldn't hire an editor. But guess what? I hire editors now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it frees up time for me when I can. I'm not bogged down with busy work. Instead, I actually get to focus on the things that I'm really, really, really great at, which is creating roadmaps and literally turning big ideas into reality. Like, when you get to actually focus and hone in on the things that you're absolutely amazing at, yo, as James Clear would say from Atomic Habits, you have to put your odds in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, start going and like figuring out what am I really incredible at and work towards that. You know what I'm saying? And that's, before we get off of here, I want to just say this for those of y'all that's going back into the workforce. Do not go out here and just get any random job. You know what I'm saying? Do not join the rat race of, oh, I gotta keep changing up my resume to make sense to, you know, go after each one of these jobs, and I gotta change my resume so that it fits the exact. No. That's how you start dealing with imposter syndrome. You feel what I'm saying? Don't do that. Ask God to order your steps. Lord, if you want me to get out here and get a 9 to 5, show me where to go. Show me what you want me to do. Like, align my next opportunity with, you know what I'm saying, a skill that's going to help me continue to thrive in my entrepreneurship journey. So that way you do not get bogged down and burnt out, because that's the thing. Your 9 to 5 needs to fuel your 5 to 9. And if you tired and burnt out by the time you get off work, you know what you're going to do? You're going to fall in that trap of, I don't feel like working on it today. And then today turn into tomorrow, tomorrow turn into Neverwary. And next thing you know, a whole nother year then went by and you ain't did nothing that you said you was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally got to start habit stacking. You know what I mean? Turn from needs to wants. Okay. I need to do this and I want to do that. And when you going through your day, that's how you manage your day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take care of things that you need to take care of, and then reward yourself with the things that you want to take care of. You understand? Yeah, that's a gem drop. Now that one was for free. The next one you're gonna have to pay me for. But go ahead. Uh but yeah, man, I'm like, listen, going back to just executing, a lot of people struggle with that. But that's why I've created, my VIP days. I got, just different things that people can literally like. I'm gonna show you how to execute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna show you how to run it up. I'm gonna show you how to make plays in whatever industry that you doing. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm telling you, I know the world is crazy right now. And even with it being crazy, I still feel like it's enough out here for everybody to eat. It's enough out here for everybody to still run it up and do whatever it is that they doing. The problem is, though, hear me when I say this, there are too many people that are in different atmospheres that's not supposed to be there. And so you're taking up space in the wrong place. I told y'all every time I talk, it's gonna be a gem that then came up out of there. Like, I just thank you, Lord. I'm gifted. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm telling y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, I'm not here to, shame nobody or anything like that. Like, if you have to go back to a 9 to 5 because your business isn't working right now, it's okay. But do not give up. Do you hear me? Do not put your goals, your dreams, your business, do not put it on the back burner. Make time for it. Because if you don't, it's not going to magically make time for itself. You have to be the initiator. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be the one to be like, okay, this is how I'm going to map out my day. And granted, life is going to happen, right? But the thing about it is, again, if y'all ain't read Atomic Habits by James Clear, do yourself, now the book thick. Do yourself a favor and go read the book, because I'm telling you, they talk about even the difference between professionals and amateurs. You feel what I'm saying? Amateurs allow life to get in the way. Meanwhile, professionals still figure out a way to run it up. You know what I'm saying? And even if that means I'm doing something 1% better each day, you don't have to do all of these wild things at once. No, pace yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So you can really stay in it for the long haul. It's about endurance. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people, they started seeing the money and they started thinking like, you know, they started building a brand and a business off of speed. You feel me? And it's like, yo, you don't need speed, you need endurance. You know what I'm saying? You need to still want to do this when it get hard, and when you don't see bread coming in today. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, this has been another dope episode of Elevation Talks. If you enjoyed it, make sure y'all share it out. And I can't thank y'all enough for just tuning in all over the world. Shout out to all the platforms that it's on, wherever you getting the podcast. We appreciate you. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your co-workers, shoot, your mastermind group, like whoever your people are. You feel me? Yeah, man. Follow me at Nate Liggins, aka Naye the Gem Droppa, man. Um, what's my other one? Elevation Talks with Naye. Y'all, I got a lot of pages, okay? So just don't don't be tripping. You feel me? But one thing, I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna be done, because y'all know I can go all day. Get your reps in. Yeah. It's about frequency. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people be planning, and they don't get out of that planning phase. And that's how you stay in that loop of I'm having motion. And it's like, no, but are you having action? You feel what I'm saying? No matter how many times you mess up, it's about frequency. You feel me? And that's why I would like, when I get on here and y'all see me mess up, guess what? I'ma still post the episode. I'ma still show up, because that's what it's about. It's not about making it perfect. That's the point of the reflection and the review process. You feel me? If you focus on that, like the small stuff all the time, and you lose sight of the bigger picture, you're going to be lost. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's about getting your reps in. It's about high frequency. You hear me? I'm Nate Liggins, man, a.k.a. the Gem Dropper. And until the next time, yeah, I'm gone. Let's go.